From the famous apartments on Friends and Full House to Boo's bedroom in Monsters, Inc., Bridget McCarty's unique talent is recreating our favourite sets, but on the tiniest scale you can imagine. Have a look.
Why do you build me a buttercup, baby, just to let me down, and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never go, baby, when you see you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I am from the start. So build me a buttercup.
Wow, the master behind these marvellous miniatures joins us now from Los Angeles. Bridget, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.
How did you get into this?
How? Well, it started when I was a little girl. My grandma used to collect miniatures, and she said I wasn't allowed to touch them, just look at them. So that made me extra curious. I had to find out more about this hobby. And then when I got a little bit older, my brother built me my first dollhouse, and that was another exciting phase. And finally, in my early 20s, I got into miniature conventions, which I didn't know existed.
Whoa.
And there's a whole group of people that do this.
Wow.
Really? So let's talk about the detail and the sets and everything you've got there. We just saw the Seinfeld one just then, but how long does it take to make them, and what's the process like?
Sometimes I just get an inspiration, or I'll watch a TV show and I'll write it down and I'll say, I love this, I need to put this on my to-do list. And then I'll just start getting parts and pieces like a room box, wood, cloth, all kinds of materials I can think of. I kind of lay out the walls, the doors, and then the next step is just electrical, painting. I try to get everything as close as possible to the real sets.
Oh,
Wow, you must have a very steady hand. We saw the picture of the Full House living room in that little sizzle reel at the start. Is it true that you made that for John Stamos?
Well, what happened was he had commented on my TikTok, hey, can you do a Full House mini? And I didn't discover it till a few weeks later. So I was so excited because I loved that show growing up. So I went ahead and built the set. I posted the video. Amazing. And he had seen it. He loved it. And then I do remember meeting his wife a year before. So I messaged her and I said, hey, do you want to come to my birthday party? And she showed up with John Stamos and her son.
No.
It was a great time and he loved it. He said he wanted to know all about how I made it.
Wow. Oh, it's incredible work. I mean, so what inspires you? What shows do you think of? I mean, do you think you could recreate where we're sitting right now?
Yeah, I mean, just about any space can be recreated. I started with just some of my favorite sitcoms growing up in the 90s. And then it started to move forward into current day, like Stranger Things. It's one of the shows I love.
Yes.
Also films, one of my favorite films I'll recreate. And then actually studios like Universal and all the studios around here in LA, they contact me now to do promotional ads and stuff, so I'll build their current movies.
Wow.
I love the chili seeds as potato chips.
It's so
It's
good.
just amazing. You've got an amazing
amazing
brain and an amazingly steady hand and a lot of patience as well. It's a great skill, and we appreciate you sharing it with us this morning.
Thanks,
Thank
Bridget.
you so much, Bridget.
You're welcome.
Have a look at her mini sets. You can see them on her socials on the screen now. Amazing.
All right, still to come, the RBA shake-up. Treasure Jim Chalmers.